Hi, Matt Inked Pyro here, aka Will. Some of you know me, most of you that are watching this video do. Um, I'm putting up this video as kind of an introduction on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, who I'm doing it for, and, well, just kind of an overall general view of what is going to take place over about the next year, maybe longer, it depends on how it's received and how everything goes, but at least for the next 365 days, every day you'll see my happy smiling face in your inbox saying, new YouTube video posted by me. Well, it'll say Matt Inked Pyro, not me. You get the point. I'm doing this for me first off. Secondly, for my family. I have been overweight for about 15-ish years, maybe a little longer. But it was what we would consider normal overweight. It wasn't morbid obesity or anything like that. And believe me, that's a hard word to say. And when you get diagnosed with it and see it on the paper that the doctor writes down, it kind of makes you go, "Oh, it got that bad." The idea of what I'm doing actually came from my wife. Her name's Amy. We'll get the introductions here in a bit. She did keto she's been on straight keto for over about a year now and has lost an entire person off of her body. And what I mean by that is she's lost the weight of an entire 5-foot tall, athletic built female off of her body. There's been several reasons I've decided to do this, and peer pressure's one of them. You know, she really kind of has been pushing my health for years. I mean, well, you got to do this. Well, you got to do that. Well, you got to do this. And I've much ignored it, which in turn has brought me several more health issues and diabetes and just a lack of overall quality of life, which we'll get into later. And there have been several over the past 5 years, I guess. It has progressively gotten worse. And when I say worse, I mean detrimentally worse. It's not like you go to the doctor and the doctor says, well, you could lose about 20 pounds. When the doctor says, you need to lose 160 pounds. Or the doctor says, you know, we want to throw you into surgery immediately just to remove the fat band from your waist because we're afraid for your health and your overall quality of life. And of course, I'm just shutting it off and I'm all right. It'll be okay. It's not okay. I always thought that people were fat shaming me, or, you know, people just didn't like fat people. I haven't been fat all my life, so I know the other end of the spectrum to when I wasn't fat to what I am now. And I use the term fat because everybody knows it, and if I offend anybody, welcome to the wonderful world of me. There have been times where I've seen little kids look at me and just like, oh, wow, he's really big. I mean, I've been a big dude all my life, but that was one of the ones that hurts. You know, there's a lot of different friends of mine that are out there that are very worried about my health. I've been sick, and I get stupid little viruses that put normal people down for a day or two, put me down for a week. And my immune system it's been weakened due to an illness that I had from an accident that I had years ago that kind of put me in the situation where I'm at. And I'll say kind of right now because it's not the only thing that did it, but it was the precursor. It was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. There's been speculation and on why other things have happened to me as far as injuries and stuff like that go, and honestly, it's a lot of it's due to the weight gain. It does inhibit your quality of life, and it stops you from doing the things that you love. We live on the Eastern Shore here in Maryland, and we moved up here specifically for my quality of life. I'm a huge fisherman, which you'll see eventually. I love to fish. I love to crab. I love the outdoors. I used to rock climb. I used to hike all the time. I love to camp, which you'll see that too. And the differences in camping from 10, 15 years ago to what I have to do just to camp now. It's hard. It's a lot harder than it was, and I still do it because I still have that much passion for it. My kids are younger-ish. My eldest is 15, my middle's 10, and my little guy's 8. So they all still want to do stuff with Dad, and they want to go out and run around and you just go catch crabs or go catch frogs or hey, let's take this path. Well, Dad can't do it anymore. Anytime that I'm out for more than 5 minutes on my porch, I'm wheelchair bound due to my legs giving out, partially because of some nerve damage that I incurred. We'll get into that later, and partially because of my weight. It's hard once you're this heavy to stand. It's hard once you're this heavy to walk. It's hard just to do things. So I'm recording it. I'm recording it for my friends and for my family. I'm recording it for anybody who wants to see it. I hope that people watch it. I do. I'm new at this whole thing, and it's meaningful to me, and I hope it's meaningful to someone else out there that can see that you can be as big as I am and eventually get down to where you're at a healthy area, so you can, at least I hope I can, get down to a healthy weight and be able to enjoy some of the small stupid stuff that we take for granted when we can do them. One of the worst things, I'm a huge ocean buff, saltwater buff, and one of the worst things for me is not being able to walk on the beach and go down and stick my feet in the ocean. I know it sounds stupid and silly. One of my friends actually drove me out to a spot on, what was that, St. Island. And I was close enough to the water that I could walk down and actually get in the water. And since my accident, that was the first time I'd actually stuck my feet in the ocean in 10 years. And it brought me to tears, it did. I miss it. So, long story short, that's kind of what you're going to get right now. We're going to do this for a year, and we're going to see what kind of progress I can make in a year. My wife has made a 90-pound progress, but she grabbed a hold of it by the horns and held on for the ride. And she's still doing it. She's got a little ways to go before she meets her final goal. And watching her do it, and watching someone transform themselves over the period of just a year, just 1 year, I figured a year's going to pass whether we want it to or not. Either I can be 100 pounds, 200 pounds lighter in a year, or, sorry, my cat, or I can be the same miserable person sitting here doing nothing and just slowly dying and rotting. And I don't want to be that person. I've got a lot of life to live yet. I've got a lot of experiences I want to experience. I've got an RV to buy with my wife so we can go cross country once these Rugrats get out of our house. I've got plans, and we have plans, and those plans don't involve me dying. They don't involve my wife dying. So we're going to make the plans happen. So there's the introduction for you guys. We're going to try to keep a video every day for the next year. If it doesn't happen every day, then you'll get 2 videos in one day maybe, or we may end up having to skip a day due to something. The next episode you guys see, I will be introducing my kids and everything, and we'll handle it from there. So, guys, get healthy, get happy, and I'll see you guys later.